If you tuned into me, you know you watching The Dribble by Gully TV. First thing I want y'all to do is share this video. Then I want you to hit the like button. I had to step to this business. I had no choice in the matter. It's what's in me. And that's what it is. I am who I am. And I ain't gonna stop being who I am. At which point I stop being who I am, I would be presenting to you guys a phony and something artificial. If you've been watching my platform for any amount of time, y'all know that I'm pro-black as a motherfucker, right? I was the first person to step to that business about Larry Davis with Blue Boy. I was the first. I was the loudest. I was the first. And then other people felt that they wanted to say what they had to say, right? I just want to say that before I get off into this. In terms of the 5% nation, right? I firmly believe this in my mind and heart that the supreme mathematics, the 120 and all of that, that can't create the spirit of God in a man. That might make a man more knowledgeable, but I feel that the spirit of being a black God, you just got to have that shit in you. Prior to even hearing them lessons, you got to just have it in you. It got to be in your bloodline, man. Like, you probably got to be a field nigga, you know? And if you've seen the movie Malcolm X, you know the difference between a house nigga and a field nigga. Me, 100% field nigga. My family, field niggas. Everybody will tell you this. I come from a family of revolutionaries and shit. My grandmother, I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. My grandmother's name is Irma Lindsay. It's a whole boulevard named after her, Irma Lindsay Boulevard. That's on 18th Street, from German to State Street. It's Irma Lindsay Boulevard. My grandmother was an activist in the community front line. You know what I'm saying? No sugarcoat, no nothing. She produced a publication in the community called the Underground Newsletter, which was something similar to like a Muhammad Speaks or a Final Call. She typed them up. I watched her type these joints up, copy them, put them in the community. I was alongside her doing these processes. I done been on picket lines as a kid. They hung the signs on me. You know what I'm saying? They hung the signs on me. They hung the signs on my cousins. You know what I'm saying? So we were standing up, confronting injustice as a kid. That shit's in my bloodline, right? So, again, the lessons from the 5% nation of gods and earths, that can't, in my opinion, that can't make a nigga into a black god. You got to have that shit in you, period. You know what I'm saying? It's niggas that don't have the understanding of the supreme mathematics, the 120, the supreme alphabet, all of that, the 12 jewels. It's people that have never been exposed to that are black gods manifesting it through actions. So I just wanted to put that out there. Lord Jamar, this Lord Jamar situation was I just was confronted with it. I met Lord Jamar in person one time. I was on his show with him and Rod Digger. I was very, very elated that I was chosen to go on the show. I was very, very flattered and felt I was in a seriously privileged position to be in this man's company, as well as Rod Digger. And that was some years ago. Since then, I've had Lord Jamar on my platform many a times. I'm a big fan of the music, of Brand Nubian's music. When they went solo, when Puba went solo and it was just him and Sadat, I was still down. When the Foundational album came out, still down. You know what I'm saying? If there was any attacks on Lord Jamar online, I was on the front line. When he was going through shit with Eminem, when he went through shit with Fat Joe, when people was saying he was the weak link in Brand Nubian, I was front line. Everybody noticed. many a times people have said, yo, you and Lord Jamar kind of look alike. Is y'all related? And I said, yeah, that's kinfolk. Because I looked at him like that, right? Again, I only met this brother one time in the physical. When Minister Farrakhan was disrespected by Vlad Tv and Lord Jamar stepped away from the platform, it was almost like Lord Jamar spearheaded the movement to not fuck with Vlad, or not support Vlad, or not be a audience, or not fuck with Vlad TV, anti-Vlad. Like, it was like Lord Jamar stepping away from him was one of the biggest catalysts in people protesting Vlad TV, if you want to look at it from that perspective. A lot of people continue to fuck with him. You know, niggas do anything for money. And niggas who aren't paid with money, you can pay them with attention. A camera has been a form of currency that white folks have figured that niggas will accept. You ain't got to get them niggas no money. This is how they stole hip-hop from black folks. You don't got to get them niggas no money. They don't care about commerce. All they want to do is be seen. So you can pay them, just pay them attention. That's all they want. This evening, I seen, I'm scrolling through YouTube. This is just like an hour or so ago. And I seen the video with Godfrey saying how disappointed he was that Lord Jamar took a picture and he went back to Vlad TV. So I'm like, I know this can't be real. This can't be real. I'm saying to myself, I know he got more strength than that. I know he has more self-respect than that, being that he's in a leadership position somewhat that we elected him to. Why? Because he's one of the members of Brand Nubian. They was one of the rap groups that was bringing that truth, that knowledge, that illumination to us by way of music. Boom. Saying to myself, there's no way that he went out like that. There's no way. Vlad apologized for the disrespect to Minister Farrakhan on Willie D's show. I think that was more so Willie D's doing. Anybody that know Willie D's history and his music, he been front line. He's a field nigga. He had the song Fuck the KKK, I ain't going to war for a shit talking president, all of that type of shit. Willie D was on that front line. So he said to Vlad in his face, he said, I wasn't disrespecting you and nothing like that, and I just wasn't fucking with you. And now you're here and you can apologize, and he offered his apology. Don't nobody give a fuck about that apology. The Nation of Islam, an organization that I grew up in since a kid, nobody gives a fuck about that apology. You can't disrespect a man and then apologize and feel that it lessens the damage or it lessens the offense. Trust me, the Nation of Islam don't give no fucks about Vlad TV or him apologizing. Jamar, you know that the Nation of Islam, even Minister Farrakhan, don't give a fuck about that apology. He disrespected a man who has for a long time been revered and received as a leader of black people of all faiths, not just people who follow the Nation of Islam. You got people who are Baptist, Christian, Hebrew Israelite, people from all different faiths that hold Minister Farrakhan in a high regard. Jamar, you know this. Your name is Lord Jamar. We expect more from you than what happened between you and Vlad. You were vocal in saying that I don't fuck with him, he did this and this and that. And recently, it's my understanding that you said, watch Godfrey go back and start fucking with him. And out of all people, it's you. It's not Godfrey. Godfrey don't have, to my knowledge, he don't have the understanding of the true and living. You do. And here you are, back standing alongside the divine evil. very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I'm very fucking disappointed, man. I'm very disappointed. Since I've been in this media shit, I'm starting to notice this. And this has been said before, that pro athletes and entertainers should not be looked at or elected to leadership positions of black people. And I believe that to be the truth. I haven't seen very many, especially entertainers, who really, really about that. You know what I'm saying? Who really, really about blackness, who mean that and stand on that shit under all circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And I'm assuming that Lord Jamar, I'm talking to you, Jamar, I'm assuming that you went back to Vlad TV, of course, for compensation of some sort. Do you know what this cracker is saying about you to his peers? Do you know what he's saying about you to his peers? Don't you know what he's saying? He's saying, look at this nigga. Look at these niggas. I control all these niggas. They do what I say. I can say and do what the fuck I want. I got money. And I can make all these monkeys dance. You know what I'm saying? I can make all these monkeys dance. I can make these guys skip to my beat. I'm the guy. I'm God. You ain't God, nigga. You just a nigga. You just a monkey. And I got the money. And I can control you monkeys. You know what I'm saying? You monkeys will turn on each other. You motherfucking monkeys will turn on each other. You will violate each other. You will disrespect each other. You will disappoint each other for money. And this is something that's been proven. And to see this emasculation take place publicly on a public platform like that, I'm looking at you doing this interview and I'm like, damn, he not comfortable. He not glowing. He know he wrong. I ran straight to the comments. And I'm reading the comments and I'm like, everybody in these comments feel the same way that I do. Disappointed, disrespected, dejected, whatever you want to say in terms of this tragedy that took place online. You expect so much more from someone named Lord Jamar, and you expect so much more from somebody who's associated with the brand Nubian legacy. You expect so much more. And I'm just so disappointed. I'm saying to myself, these niggas have no fucking morals. A man can't be bought. And I can't fathom Lord Jamar being destitute to the point that he needed money. To the point that he would self-destruct like that, or just disrespect himself like that, or allow Vlad to emasculate him in front of all of us. And that's something that they do. That's something that they do. It's a practice that these people have been doing since the beginning of time. If you cut the head, the body will fall and shit. They go after our leaders, pull their skirts up in front of everybody. They do. On the slave plantations, they called it buck breaking. They would take the nigga who everybody felt was the leader, or they would take the nigga that carried the most reverence or had the most strength, and they would sex him in front of everybody, in front of his woman, in front of his children. And this was a humiliation tactic that was used to break the psychology of everyone watching. And that's what happened in this incident right here with Jamar and Vlad TV. I seen a video some time ago. I believe it was on Vlad TV when Lord Jamar said that he smoked a rock before. And I was like, damn. And although the relationship with cocaine was different with the generation right before me, that would be Lord Jamar and them. They like in their 50s and shit. That generation that grew up watching the movie Scarface and, you know, Superfly and shit like that, their relationship with cocaine was a little different than my generation and shit. But when he said that, I'm saying to myself, damn, what could make a man want to smoke a rock? What could make a man want to smoke a rock? And it's only one answer. You either a follower or you a weak nigga. You weak. You's a weak follower. You's a weak, your psyche. It's weak. It's not godly. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget that. I'm like, I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, damn, you smoked a rock before? Like, what would make a motherfucker want to try a goddamn rock and shit? Like, they had songs in the 80s called Night of the Living Bassheads by Chuck D. Like, they was talking about smoking rocks. The fuck? Like, it puzzled me, man. But after seeing something like this transpire online, I can't help but to, revert or think back to that interview when he was talking about smoking a rock. And I'm saying to myself, he might have been weak the whole time. This probably, the person that was presented to us, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors with this music shit, with this entertainment shit. A lot of the people that we sometimes elect these guys to leadership positions or put them on a pedestal, look at them with reverence. A lot of people, they don't really deserve that shit. And the things that made us put these guys in these positions, it was smoke and mirrors. It wasn't their absolute conduct. A thoroughbred is that 24/7, 365. You know what I'm saying? From top to bottom, man. Me, I'm thorough from my nose to my toes, man. I don't know nothing else. And I'm also starting to see this too, right? A lot of rappers, dudes that's in entertainment, they weren't hustlers. They wasn't getting money in the streets like that. They weren't. They was like, some of them are from the hood and some of them from the streets. Some of them aren't. Some of them don't really come from struggle. It's just a big fruitopia of different types of personalities and different walks of life. And when niggas be talking this live shit, you be assuming that we got something in common, right? But guys who weren't hustlers and shit like that, guys that's not used to money, they are afflicted with something called scarcity. And they scavengers. These are scavengers. They will do basically anything for money. If you ever hear a motherfucker talking about some, I do whatever for some paper and shit, do not trust them niggas. Do not fuck with them niggas. Them niggas how you killed. They'll double cross you, all types of shit. People who are afflicted with scarcity, they're the dangerous, worst types of motherfuckers. They will do anything for some goddamn money. There was a time when I was younger and shit, I referred to myself as a paper chaser. That was that flawed train of thought. If you chasing anything, you're not displaying any self-control. You know what I'm saying? And Lord Jamar being on Vlad TV's platform was a blatant display of not having any self-control. Nigga, you was gonna get some money regardless. You know why? Because black people love you. And all you had to do was keep on doing a God pod, your own podcast. You got all the connections in the world. You're Lord Jamar. People is gonna continue to fuck with you. People, you gotta crawl before you can walk. And people's gonna continue to fuck with you, man. You was gonna thrive at that. You was gonna flourish being the God pod. What you just did now is destroyed your credibility and your legacy. Nobody's gonna fucking watch your platform. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. Nobody's not gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna keep it real, right? This scarcity shit was displayed prior to this. When you did that interview with Jaguar Wright, right in that moment, when you interviewed Jaguar Wright is when her credibility was at its worst. She had just got kicked off of the Piers Morgan show or some shit. Whatever happened with her and Piers Morgan, it had just happened. And it was very well understood that her credibility was no good. But a brother named Lord Jamar felt that it was okay to align himself with this poison and bring this poison on his show. When your name is Lord Jamar, Lord. People are thinking godly, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And to see you on Vlad's platform, fuck the apology. Fuck the apology. It's the position that you're in. You're Lord Jamar. You Lord Jamar. Even if Vlad and you patched up things behind closed doors, even if y'all had a conversation, okay, apologize, cool. I can't fuck with you, my nigga. I still can't fuck with you. You know why? Because you disrespected Minister Farrakhan in front of our people. You dig what I'm saying? And even if you do apologize, I can't fuck with you because of what you did. Ain't nobody more forgiving to disrespect than niggas. Niggas never stand on business like they supposed to. Niggas never stand on business like they supposed to. Nobody is more forgiving for disrespect, humiliation than niggas. And to see you up there, you got the 7 on your hat. You're not representing God's cipher divine. You're not. And I'm gonna get back to what I said at the beginning of this video. Them fucking lessons from them lessons and shit, the 120, the supreme mathematics, that shit can make a man more knowledgeable. It can't make no nigga no God. You gotta have that shit in you to begin with before you even pick that shit up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta already have it in your bloodline and shit. You gotta come from a bloodline, a pedigree of gods, of strong black men, of niggas with dignity and morals and shit. You gotta come from that before you even pick that shit up. Straight up. And there's a lot of people who pick that shit up to cover up insecurities and shit, or hide the fact that they had no clue about any culture or any understanding of what it is to be black. Black is beautiful. Black is strength. And to see you up there on that platform with that dude, after you just said, watch Godfrey go back, it just shows that you don't mean anything that you say out your mouth. You don't mean that God body shit. You don't mean that name that you carry, Lord Jamar. You don't even mean that. You don't even stand next to that. You know what I'm saying? A Lord, a God, would never succumb to what you did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just addressing you. I'm addressing people that follow Gully TV. You know why? I'm responsible for confronting shit like this. A lot of people don't even fucking care. When you look at the internet, it's a mess. It's a mess. A lot of ignorant niggas with no sense of culture, no intellect, low self-esteem, all of that. I got the glow, and I can't even hide it. And that's why I'm confronting this shit. Not just because I grew up in the Nation of Islam, but because it's my responsibility to step to shit like this. To step to shit like this is my responsibility. So I can't say enough about how disappointed not only me, but the whole hip-hop community at seeing you back on that man's platform after he disrespected the minister. Yeah, he apologized. We don't give a fuck about the apology. The nation don't give a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And it's obviously that you don't care, and you didn't mean none of the things. You stepped away from Vlad because you was worried about how we was going to look at you. That's why you stepped away from him. You wasn't offended by the shit that happened with him disrespecting the minister, because if you were, you wouldn't be on there now. You was worried about how we would look at you. And guess what? We still looking at you. We still end up looking at you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you look uncomfortable on the platform, and you know what the fuck he's saying to his peers and the people around him? I knew he was coming back. I control all this shit. I control all this shit. I control all these niggas. They skip to my tune. You know what I'm saying? They'll do anything for money. He ain't God. I'm God. That's all I got to say, man. I can go further into this, but it don't behoove me to issue any disrespect to someone who, as I said before, I held in a high regard. But a lot of people, they don't deserve the reverence bestowed upon them. Just because a nigga can rap, that don't mean he's thorough. That don't mean he righteous. That don't mean he's that don't mean he has a higher level of intellect than anybody. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, we should start putting more scrutiny on these people who occupy these positions and shit. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I'm speechless. I'm speechless right now. I unfollowed Lord Jamar, and I'm pretty sure he don't care. Nobody gives a fuck about a follow. But I just don't want to hear from the nigga no more. I don't want to see his post or what he got to say. None of that shit. It's only social media, but I have the choice to filter myself from any type of anything that's artificial. And Lord Jamar, his character, his actions is 100% artificial. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. This went on a little longer than I thought it would, but I had to make sure that I stepped to this business. I had to step to this fucking business, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe, man. These niggas can be flipped like it ain't nothing. Straight up. These niggas can be flipped like it ain't nothing. And I'm pretty sure he didn't get no life-changing money to get on that fucking platform. You know what I'm saying? It's just that these niggas don't be who they say they are. These niggas be scavengers. These niggas be ex-dope fiends. Just a bunch of crazy shit like these niggas put on jewelry, put on a certain outfit. It's almost like a dress rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? These niggas get dressed up and get online and put on a performance and shit. But I don't even know what to fucking say, man. I don't know what to fucking say. I can't believe it. I can't believe that he went back on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm out, man. Peace.